Hi, everybody. This is Beth McCullough. I'm a demonstrator in Iowa in the United States, and I'm here almost every Tuesday, or should I say every Tuesday, with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
So, I was thinking about it the other day. Our oldest son is a software engineer, and he talks about things. Is it a bug? What does he call it?
Is it a feature or a bug?
Feature or a bug? And I was thinking about people wonder why my husband's here with us.
Am I a feature or a bug?
To me, you're a feature. So if you're someone who's been here before, would you put in the comments whether Steve is a feature or a bug?
So for a software engineer, a bug is a bad thing. It's a mistake.
You're he's telling
if it's
you.
a feature, it actually made the software better.
Okay.
Sometimes accidentally, which probably speaks a lot to my contribution to these videos.
So if you're pro Steve, you want to put feature, and if you wish he wasn't here and we didn't talk, then you'd put bug, right?
Right.
You're not going to be offended, are you?
No, I'm not.
Did I tell you?
If enough people put bug, maybe I don't have to do this anymore.
Oh, but you would miss everyone. No. Who's on tonight, Steve?
So we've got a good crowd. Keisha's here and Becky. Anike is here from the Netherlands.
Oh, yay. Welcome.
And Bev and Bridget and Holly.
All the regulars.
Jean Hickson is on tonight.
Jean Hickson, she's never on.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, Jean.
Linda Donaldson's here. Rosemary's here. Or hi. Rosemary, excuse me.
Hi, Linda and Rosemary. We are glad you are all here.
Tony, Danielle, Linda Lace.
Well, I have a beautiful card to show you tonight. Isn't this pretty? It's got a little fun fold, but it's easy. You could mass produce these. This was on my blog yesterday, and it's actually my June customer card. So if you would like this card, if you make a purchase from me this month, you'll get it free. If you purchase $77.50 or more, you actually get the Hues of Happiness stamp camp. Can we show them that, Steve? It's it is on there. July 22nd and 23rd, 12 other.
Sorry. Here you go.
That's okay. 12 other demonstrators from around the world and I have a stamp camp, and it's totally free. All you have to do is buy the sweet collection and the ribbon. I have all the details on there, but those two things total up to $77.50, and you get the card kit to make 12 or 13 different cards, plus the whole weekend of fun. And during the weekend, we show you 12 more cards. Plus, like me, we typically show several cards. So it's a really fun weekend. In fact, some of you are on tonight. If you've done my stamp camps before, would you put in the comments if you would recommend them or if you like them? I would appreciate that. What else? Oh, one other thing. My shares, I have 2 left. I sold all the June early demo shares, and I've sold all the July shares. I'm not going to do any more than this. So I have 2 left. It's $70 plus $9 shipping. And if you let me know, I'll order July 1st. I'm expediting the shipping. You'll get it as quick as I can get it to you. And that will happen in July because the June are gone. But 2 left, and then I'm done. You're cutting me off, right, Steve?
Right.
So
only because you asked me to.
Well, they are a lot of work. And so when I sell too many, it's, it becomes a bug instead of a feature, right?
Right.
So should we get started with this? Some of the products you need, by the way, thank you for coming. And if you are new, we do this filming on StreamYard. And what do we say for this, Steve? You have to allow StreamYard to use your name and picture. It just shows us on the comments so we can participate, or so you can participate. So please grant them permission to do that, and they don't do anything else with your information. But we would love to know you're here. So the things I use to make this card is the happy, I can't say it, Happiness Abounds. I actually use the dies, not the stamp set, believe it or not. Also use Celebrating You, this little thank you is perfectly the right size in the stylish shapes. This little banner was made for that. Thank you, I think. And it is super cute. And then the star of the show is the basic border dies. And this is the die that we used on this card. So let's get started. And I do have measurements for you over there today, Steve.
You've got measurements.
So we started with a typical A2 card. It's 5.5 inches by 8.5, and I scored at 4.25. Then what I did, I would show you, but my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine doesn't really fit here very easily. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So pretend we have the card open, and you say, how do I have this right where you can see it?
You can see it perfectly.
Okay. So here's my card. Pretend it's on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So you take your ruler and you measure up 1.5 inches. And then you set it on here. And then the way to tell if you're equal is you want the same amount of the die hanging off on each side. And the 1.5, if you're a little off, it's okay. As you can see, there's quite a bit of room for my tag. So if you do it a little less than 1.5 inches, you're still going to be okay. But that's what you're aiming for, is 1.5 inches. But I hope this helps. Can you see? Wendy says she doesn't have that die cut. I think you need it, Wendy. But that is how you make it. So now we have a card with a kind of a half of the card front. Now I'm going to work on the inside.
It almost looks like an envelope.
It does. It's actually really pretty. So now on the inside of the card, do you have basic white first, Steve?
Yep.
Okay, the basic white is 1 3/4 by 5.25. And I'm just going to put that in there. And then you also have a DSP measurement of 2.25 by 5.25. So they're going to be in here just like a typical insert of a card would be. But I'm going to lay them out so I see that I have about the same border all the way around. So, Steve, should we talk about what we're doing this week?
Yes, several people have already said congratulations on your son's wedding.
We are so, could we be any more excited?
You know, it is kind of funny how excited we actually are.
I know.
It's kind of like, yes, we get to leave tomorrow.
So,
and I can't remember the last time I was so excited to drive for 12 hours straight.
Right. And the thing is, we've only been home 2 weeks from our great camper van trip. But this is very important. What are we doing, Steve?
So we are driving to Houston, Texas to go to the wedding of our son, Sean, to an amazing young lady, Amy Turek. And we couldn't be more excited about it. This is our first kid to get married.
Yeah, we have 4 kids. We were hoping they'd all get married and all have kids. And Sean is getting married. And like Steve said, we love Amy so much. And just can't wait to see. I don't know. It's going to be so much fun. So people have been asking me if I'm nervous. And I'm just so excited.
We're not nervous at all.
It's lovely watching your child get married. I think I've never done it. I know most of you have. So tell us, is it wonderful? Maybe we need some advice. What do we need to know about our first child's wedding day?
Here's what I would ask for. Tell me the things to make sure not to do or not to say at the wedding or afterwards. Advice not to give my son about being married.
Yeah.
Any of that.
Someone told me no more learning lessons. They're married now and they'll ask you for advice if they want it. So
I've already given him some advice, as he's been engaged, about things to do to have a happy marriage, and which means mostly just do what your wife says. And
happy wife, happy life.
That's the way it goes.
Does that work, honey?
Yes.
Does it?
On the opposite side of that, sure, you can get in an argument and you can win, but you still lose. So you got to choose which hill to die on. And it better be an important one, and it better be worth it.
Okay. So I went ahead and stamped this ahead of time too. Like I told you, I used this little thank you from Celebrating You. I stamped it in Night of Navy onto Pool Party cardstock, and then used the die in Stylish Shapes. This is new in the annual catalog. Use this little die to cut it out. I had some comments this week. People really liked it when it was on my blog that it wasn't on white. So that is fun. And Jean Hickson, I think it was your idea to not put it on white. So I have it popped up on mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm just going to place it on the card. So now we have a second layer. I don't know if you can see if I show you close, but there are 2 layers on the flap of the card. So the second layer, Steve, you have a measurement for this. The second layer is 2.5 by 5.5. And now in order to place the die for this, I cut it 2.5 by 5.5, and I did run it through the embossing folder with the splatters, stripes and splatters, but I used the splatter die. And it really, I like how that looks. And then I ran it through with the basic borders again. And this is how much is left. So literally these scallops were right along the edge of the card. So if you do it this way, it will work out. But you can also MacGyver it and do your own thing with it. So I'm going to take this layer and put it right over the top. And then you have the double border, which is super cute.
So Bridget has probably the most important advice. Don't break a zipper getting dressed for the wedding. And I have to tell you, Beth has a lovely dress. And we've tried it on several times. I say we because it's a 2-person endeavor. And it's very thick material and a little flimsy zipper. Yeah. So that is my nightmare of I am going to break this zipper when she asks me to zipper.
It is. It's not that it's too tight. Every time he does it, I'm like, is the dress too tight?
It's not too tight. It's just the material is so thick all around the little tiny zipper. It's hard to get
through it. And maybe we will be nervous on Saturday. So yeah, what happens if the zipper breaks?
Nothing good. Yeah. So
do it very slowly.
Yeah, I am going to be very meticulous about that. I've already written that down on my important safety tips for the trip.
Yeah.
But lots of encouragement and good advice in the comments, and we really appreciate it.
You guys are sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, so for the flowers, I didn't stamp any of them. I cut them out of this piece of designer series paper from the Hues of Happiness. I cut out the big navy flower, and then the 2 little pool party flowers. There's dies for all of this. And then I cut out 3 sets of the double leaves, and they're different colors. I think that kind of makes it look pretty on the card. And what I'm going to do first is I am going to put the big flower where I want it. And you're just working on the flap. And then I'm going to glue the leaves underneath. So I have 3 dimensionals here on the big flower. So I have a story to tell on Steve.
Uh-oh.
Last summer, we went to Waco on our way to Austin to visit our son.
Oh, we went all the places in Waco and in Oklahoma. Holy cow.
We saw Pioneer Woman. We saw Chip and Joanna. We didn't see any of these people. We saw their establishments.
Yes, and I earned so many spousal credits on this trip. I'm still living off those spousal credits.
He was like, I don't know why we're doing this. This is kind of, I'm glad you're happy, but I don't like this. So we are meeting Amy's parents for brunch on Thursday morning in College Station to give them, there was a shower here in Iowa in April. And so we need to give them the shower presents and that they couldn't take back on the plane. And so Steve changes our hotel reservations. He could have stayed anywhere, right? But he's like, I'm going to stay in Waco. And I'm
It's
like,
just the
okay.
perfect distance. It's as long as we can drive in a day. It's only 2 hours
Listen
from College
to the
Station.
excuses he's making. So he had an ulterior motive because this morning I get an email from Steve. Okay, our offices are 10 steps away from each other.
But we call each other on the phone
We
and
call
we
each other
email
on the
each other.
phone, and yeah. So I got an email, and it said, here's the menu for a Magnolia table. They open at 6:30. We can call ahead. We can order anything off the menu and get it to go. And that way we'd have time. So we're going to eat breakfast in Waco because he loves Magnolia table.
I have to tell you, of all the Chip and Joanna stores and houses and all the stuff I endured, I got to the restaurant and I thought, oh, this is going to be food.
He did not want to go to the
And,
restaurant.
I'm going to have to go to McDonald's or something afterwards. It was amazing. It was real food and real breakfast. And, Joanna knows what she's doing when she puts together a menu.
Okay.
From a guy's perspective.
So the good news for me is on our way to Austin, Texas in the future, which is where Sean and Amy will be living. Sean already lives there. He has a house. I'll get to go to Waco whenever I want now.
Well,
Because you drive
stop
through.
whether we get back to the silos or not, that's yet to be seen. But
well, your favorite thing is Magnolia Table. I kind of like the cookies at the Cupcake Bakery.
The Cupcake Bakery is pretty special too.
But the cookies there are good. I doubt they're going to be open at 6:30 in the morning.
No, I don't think so. So in case we've confused you, we get to take a tour of Eastern Texas because the wedding is actually in Houston. That's where Amy's family is originally from. That's where she went to school. And
that's where her growing up church
is there. She really wanted to get married in that church. So all the festivities for the wedding are actually in Houston. Sean and Amy live in Austin. That's where Sean has his house.
Amy's moving there next week. Sean lives in Austin. Amy lives in College Station.
Now, Amy's family moved from Houston to College Station because they needed to be with her grandmother. Okay.
Grandmothers live in College Station.
So 2 grandmothers in College Station. So right now, her parents and Amy live in College Station. So that's why we get to go to
Amy has a condo. She doesn't live with her parents in College Station.
Okay, to be clear. But the point is we get to go to 4
We're not going to Austin.
No, we're not going to Austin this time. That's true.
We're going to Waco.
Yeah.
We're going to College Station and we're going to Houston.
And we're not going to stop in Fort Worth this time. Not intentionally anyway. And but we might get in a traffic jam. You never know. So yeah, we get to take a tour of Eastern Texas.
But we are very much looking forward to it. And our puppies are very much looking forward to the pet sitters that come and stay in our house and water our plants and take care of our puppies. And we are blessed with some dear friends that come and stay here while we're gone.
Right.
And I got everything ready for them today.
The
bed is made. I cleaned the house as much as I could.
Yeah, it makes it so much less stressful knowing that we have people here.
Our dogs are old. They're 15 and 13, and we can't take them someplace when we're gone. So our friends come and stay, which is so nice. These are glossy dots, and they look really pretty with this. So there we have 2 of them. I almost made it in a different color, but all the different designer series paper, I just really like this with this. Do you guys like this card? I hope you do. Yay. What else do we have, Steve?
So
what are people talking about?
Right after this video is over, I'm taking Bridget's advice. I'm going to get safety pins in my sewing kit, and I'm going to throw it in the car because I think that's the best advice I've gotten so far.
You have a sewing kit?
I do have a sewing kit.
He was a Cub Scout.
So here's the thing. When it comes to buttons and things that need to be sewn on and stitching up other things like rips and work pants and stuff, I just do that. I grew up with 3 brothers and a mom that worked long hours as a nurse.
Very independent.
If things needed to be done, like cooking and sewing, they had to get done. So I learned how to do them, and I'm proud of it.
Have you guys been putting Prize Patrol? Have you been watching, Steve? We do have Prize Patrol
yeah,
tonight.
I should actually activate that so we can do it.
Oh, have you not activated it?
Oh, it collects it all, though. We have
Okay.
9 people so
Okay.
far on Prize Patrol. Everybody else that wants to have a shot at winning Prize
Remember,
Patrol.
if we have 20 people on Prize Patrol, we're going to give away some embellishments from the new catalog. So can some more people sign up? Otherwise, tonight's Prize Patrol is one of these cards. And remember, if you order from me this month, you get this card and also $77 and you get the stamp camp free. Has anyone said they wanted those 2 shares that were left?
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay. Are we up to 20?
Not quite. We're to 13.
We should have said something sooner about the Prize Patrol.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Okay. Should we go ahead and do it?
All right.
Do Prize Patrol for a card. And we will be back from Houston in time to be here live next Tuesday night. So please come back again. Please like and share our video.
Okay.
Are you ready? We got to 13. Okay, so the winner gets this card.
Okay.
Do you have anything else to say?
Now it's sharing. Here we go.
It is strawberry time. Steve's been eating bowls of strawberries.
You know, it's kind of funny because I'm not really a strawberry fan.
But homegrown strawberries
She's
are a
got me
different
hooked on
deal.
them now. So.
Oh, we're up to 14. Is there 6 more people who would get on so we could do the embellishments?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. Here we go. We're going to
will
draw
go
for the
with
card.
this. Thanks for being here tonight. Let's see. Who is going to win the card tonight? Sandra. Yay. Congratulations. Sandra, I think you've won before, but please go ahead and email me your address anyway. It'll be easier so I can get it out in the mail tonight. And my email is Beth, BETH, @stampingmom.com. I will go through and read all the comments. I don't see many of them when we're making the card. But we do love and appreciate you and hope you'll come back again next week. And we'll have stories about the wedding for you.
Probably a couple funny ones.
Yeah, and some good ones. So Steve and I are going to get off now and practice dancing. We've been trying to learn the Texas two-step.
The
and
Cupid
what else?
Shuffle.
The Cupid Shuffle.
And,
Yeah.
oh, and the TikTok dance to
Fancy
like that.
Fancy, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Fancy something. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Hope we see you next week. And thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.